Hey, this is Kyle Madson with your top stories on Sports 1140. The Red Sox topped the Yankees 4-3 last night at Yankee Stadium to win the American League Division Series 3-1. Boston now moves on to face the Astros in the American League Championship Series. That starts Saturday. The National League Championship Series begins Friday. That'll be between the Dodgers and Brewers, with each team trying to punch their ticket to the World Series. The Sharks went into Philadelphia and put a beat down on the Flyers. They won 8-2 yesterday. San Jose got 4 goals in the first, 1 in the second, and 3 in the third. Logan Couture, Barclay Goodrow, Tomas Hertl, Timo Meier, Vander Kane, and Joe Pavelski all scored. Kevin LeBanc had 4 assists. The Sharks move on to face the Rangers on Thursday at Madison Square Garden. Those are your top stories. Now it's back to the drive on Sports 1140 KHTK.
Rise and shine, sleepyhead.
I'm not letting you go to work today.
Wait, what?
Everybody, listen up.
Welcome to The Drive.
Morning.
You're gonna talk.
Get on the phone at 339-1140.
Pretty awesome, huh?
Jump in on our text line at 441140.
Everyone is talking about it. You must know that.
The Drive starts now.
All right, Red Sox, Yankees in the books. Let's check in with the experts. Here's a medley for you.
They're playing well, they're confident, and they're healthy. Their 2 best players are back with Didi Gregorius and Aaron Judge. But here's the other thing. Their pitching is set up perfectly. They have Happ, they have Tanaka, they have Severino. They're ready to go.
I think the Yankees right now have saved the best for last. I like the Yankees on another classic series.
KP, who do you like?
I really like the Yankees, to be honest.
Getting Boston at the right time. Give me the Yankees in 4 games.
And I think the Yankees are catching the Red Sox at the right time.
You go to Yankee Stadium, how much of a factor has that crowd become for you guys?
Oh, it's a whole nother ball game in the jungle.
Let's not forget the Yankees. They're about to take the Red Sox out. That's right. I said it last week, and I'm saying it again.
Unless you got Severino going tonight, good luck. Nathan Eovaldi hasn't seen this lineup. Good luck. At the end of the day, this Yankee lineup's going to be fine. They are. You could see on the field. You can watch it. You can feel it. You know they're the better team. So good luck to the Red Sox trying to deal with this.
And Kimbrel deals 1-2. Breaking ball is grounded weakly to third. Nunez fields, fires, and it is in time for the out. Ball game over. Boston wins. And the Yankees, I think, before they celebrate, I think the Yankees going to look at it.
Yep, the Yankees looked at it. That was it. Thanks to Alex Rodriguez, Mike Francesa, Boomer Esiason, Stephen A. Smith, and our good buddy, Fred from Cold Takes Exposed.
Yeah, I said it.
Yeah, I said it.
I'll say it again, too, man.
and listen, everybody makes predictions, and everybody's wrong on their predictions, especially if you're in this business. No? I think it's okay if you do. Shouldn't be held against you, but you got to wear it. You got to wear it.
Right.
A little bit. So our local guy, CC Sabathia, got a little bit loose yesterday after the game. Not the best performance for his team. And he had a refrain that has been popular in the past when it came to home plate umpire Angel Hernandez.
I do need to say this, though. I don't think Angel Hernandez should be umping playoff games. He's absolutely terrible. He's terrible behind the plate today. He's terrible at first base. It's amazing that how he's getting a job to pitch and to play to umpire in these playoff games.
What did you say to him in the first inning?
It's just a conversation for us, but he shouldn't be anywhere near a playoff game.
Is that sentiment shared by many of your teammates?
Everybody, I think. Everybody. I think if you go ask them on the other side, too.
CC, was this strike zone tonight?
It's always.
Yeah.
It's always. He's bad. I don't understand why he's doing these games.
Now, I can't name every umpire in Major League Baseball. I can't name most of them. But I can say Angel Hernandez is routinely named by players as the worst umpire in baseball. And this has been going on for a long time. And I need to talk to somebody to understand why Angel Hernandez not only still has a job, but as CeCe said, why is he getting prime positions in playoff games?
Yeah, there was so he had his issues in game 3. And
talking about Angel or
Hernandez.
CeCe? Okay.
Yeah. He had his issues in game 3 to the point that I saw multiple people tweeting like Major League Baseball needs to step in and make sure this guy isn't behind the plate in a clinching ALDS game. And sure enough, he goes back there and has a ton of issues. This is the same Angel Hernandez who took a home run away from the A's in Cleveland after it hit the railing above the left field wall because Adam Rosales hit it. And then they reviewed it and they were like, yeah, no, still not a home run. That might have been pre-review. I can't remember, but yeah, that was Angel Hernandez who did that.
Well, to be fair to Angel, I should also play this clip. This is Rick Porcello, who had no problems finding the strike zone. He was told about CC Sabathia's comments. I don't know how good this audio is, but listen in.
Great ball, happy with the strike zone. Like he said as much after the game. What were your thoughts of facing the same zone?
Hey, throw the ball over the plate, CC. I thought Angel Hernandez called a good game. You got to put the ball over the white part of the plate, and then you get your strikes called.
Throw the ball over the plate, CC, said Rick Porcello. You got to throw the ball over the white part of the plate, and you'll get the strikes called. Which is pretty strong shade from Rick Porcello, but he didn't have an issue. I think it's only fair to play that, by the way. One thing that might be factoring in, though, in this whole thing with Angel Hernandez is that he has a federal racial discrimination lawsuit against the league.
Yeah.
That was moved earlier this month from Cincinnati to New York City. He says he's been routinely passed over for a promotion and for postseason assignments because of his Hispanic ethnicity. He's a native of Cuba. And this is just one of those things where I really want to... It's like you want to be careful with this because there's some actual lawsuits that have actual merit.
Yes.
Hernandez is one of about 10 umpires who are Hispanic or African American out of about 100 umpires listed on the Major League Baseball roster. The suit accuses baseball of promoting only one minority umpire to permanent crew chief in the history of the game who was a Hispanic, and only one non-white umpire has worked a World Series, 2011. Now, that's very valid looking.
Yes.
But in Angel Hernandez's case, I'm not the head of umpires. I'm not Joe Torre.
Yeah.
But here's my guess. He hasn't been promoted to crew chief, and he hasn't been able to work as many of those because he's bad.
Yeah.
Because he's not good.
The numbers that you just read off are not good.
No.
And I will accept that entirely. What I won't accept is somebody trying to argue that Angel Hernandez does anything more than a below-average job.
It's not an isolated incident. It's not like four things.
Right. Okay, so
every year we hear about him.
Right, so that's just it. It's not he had one playoff game where he just made 3 or 4 bad strike calls, and everybody's trying to call for his job. Like, no, this is just a year-in, year-out thing. You know when Angel Hernandez is umpiring a game, something bad is going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, and that's not just me. That's not just you. Like, go ask anybody who's a huge baseball fan. You shouldn't know. Was it you that said this, or was it maybe the national show before?
You shouldn't know the name of umpires.
You shouldn't know the name of the umpire.
That is correct.
If you know the umpire's name, you have a problem.
That's a huge deal.
I can't remember if it was Taz and Moose or Jim Rome that was saying that, but somebody was mentioning it.
You can't. The best umpires are the anonymous umpires. The best umpires are the one you don't hear about. Now, listen, they're human beings. They're going to screw up. I don't have a problem with an umpire making a bad call. I don't like it, but there is human error. It's a terribly, terribly difficult game to officiate. A lot of it, you have to use your ears, not your eyes. When a guy's hitting the bag at first, and now that you have replay backing that up, I think it's actually amazing the job these guys do. Because for every call that stands out as bad, how many calls are not overturned that are on bang-bang plays? How many calls do these umpires get in the right position for and are able to see through dust and gloves and feet and shoelaces that, this guy's foot nicked home plate a millionth of a second before he got tagged on his head or on his helmet? That's amazing what they do.
Umpires, I know we complain a lot, and it's because the only time we notice them is when a bad thing happens. But umpires, referees in NBA and the NFL, for the most part, do an incredible job.
An amazing job. I would never, ever want it. I can't imagine the pressure.
I have been asked to umpire Little League.
Yeah, dude.
And it's like, nope. I'm out of there.
Nope, I'm good. You want to talk about a thankless job? The only time you ever get noticed is when you screw up. How often do people come up after replay happens and you're proven correct? And neither side, the announcers are like, this is going to be tough. We have to look at the replay. And then, oh, my God, the guy who was right there without the benefit of 90 angles got it right in a split second. How many times has that happened? And for the next 5 minutes of the broadcast, the announcers and everybody's talking about, that's an amazing call.
Really good call.
No, it never happens, only when it's a bad call.
Yeah.
But we don't notice that.
Every once in a while, you'll get and that's a heck of a job by the official.
Sure.
In an NFL game where a receiver gets a toe drag in, and so you get a nice little shout out to that. But
imagine trying to do that, Kyle. It's a great point you bring up. Imagine being an NFL umpire, referee, or line judge, whatever, and you have to put yourself in the right position. You have to anticipate where the ball is going to go. You not only have to look and see if this guy gets his tiptoes in, which is sometimes hard to see in slow-mo replay. Does he have possession of the ball? Is there pass interference? There's 50 things you have to look at to get the call right, and more importantly, not to get 49 parts of the call right. Well, his toes were in. He has possession.
Yeah.
But he
maintained possession.
Right, maintained. Oh, but he was interfered with. I was paying attention to the other stuff. I didn't notice the wrapped arm around his waist. Or him pushing off.
It is almost literally an impossible job.
Yes. A lot of people pointing out on this Jim Joyce. And obviously Jim Joyce and the people saying Andres Galarraga, Armando Galarraga, the perfect game at first base. That was a terrible call.
An egregiously bad call.
One of the worst calls, that Don Denkinger for you old head style call.
That's the Phillies.
That was Royals, I believe Royals Cardinals first base call. That was Don
Royals
Denkinger.
Cardinals, that's right.
Jim Joyce, though, I don't put him. Jim Joyce, a phenomenal umpire.
Yes.
Jim Joyce was renowned for being a great umpire who made a mistake.
And that's our whole point here. Is this isn't Angel Hernandez having one game where it was like, ooh, tough strike zone tonight.
Right.
This is a recurring theme. Jim Joyce was widely renowned as a great umpire. They made a terrible call.
They had so much respect
and admitted as such
for Jim Joyce that you remember Galarraga brought the lineup card out to Jim Joyce the next day, and they embraced at home plate. Jim Joyce was beside himself in tears and probably was the happiest umpire in the world when they instituted instant replay at first base shortly thereafter. So, he's going to go down in history. Jim Joyce, one of the first lines in his obit, is going to be that call. That just goes to show you. Jim Joyce probably made 250,000 calls as an umpire. And the one he got wrong, or one of the ones he got wrong, the big one, that's what we'll remember him by. By the way, these guys don't make a ton of money either. They make money, but they're not making millions of dollars.
And they had to grind through minor league ranks, and you don't get to just be an MLB umpire.
Moral of the story, Red Sox, Astros, Dodgers, Brewers, get rid of Angel Hernandez. I think that's what we've covered here. We'll take a break. When we come back, let's get into some football. 4-down territory. We got our power rankings, and we have our MVP check going into week 5. It's the drive through 5 weeks. Sports 1140 KHTK.
KHTK is your sports authority. Kings, NFL, Raiders, A's, Sharks, Republic, UC Davis football. KHTK, we do sports.
It's Carmichael Dave here for NorCal Lipo, my good friend Dr. Jack Friedlander, Tara, the entire front office crew that really make you feel like home as soon as you walk into that office. And I know something like lipo, you hear the term lipo, you go, oh my God, I'm not a Kardashian. What are you talking about? I'm not getting lipo sculpture, especially guys. Especially guys. They go, oh, I'm not doing that. Well, what's the logic behind not doing that? Guys who sit around with their Rogaine, with their hair club for men or whatever that is, the dye. We know you're graying. All the things that guys do, they try to say they're not vain. You're vain. Well, listen, you have a chance right here. I'll tell you what, I've been doing this for 4 years with Dr. Jack. About 90% of the people I hear from who've gone to Dr. Jack and who are happy, they're men. But regardless of your gender, male, female, if you're happy with your body, love you. Hugs and kisses, not the commercial for you. But if you're somebody who does have an issue and just wants to knock out that little piece of fat or that big beer belly, whatever it may be, Dr. Jack's Vaser and Vaser high-def technology can absolutely make the difference in your life from here on out. It's an outpatient procedure. It's cheaper than you think. And nobody is asking you to sign up today. All I'm saying is if that's something that you want to learn more about, just go see Dr. Jack for a free, no-obligation consultation right there in Roseville. 347-7755. Call right now. They'll call you back when they get in. Make your appointment at 916-347-7755. NorCalLipo.com. That's NorCalLipo.com. Get in there today. And you tell me your good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you.
This Boomer Science with the CBS Sports Minute brought to you by Robert Half, the experts in accounting, finance, IT, legal, marketing, and administrative staffing. Close to a dozen roughing the passer flags were thrown in Week 5, raising the season total to 50, a 72% increase. Some coaches, including Mike Tomlin, are up in arms over the increased emphasis on roughing, but Bill Belichick wants everyone to know that there's been no change to the letter of the law. They're not new rules, he noted. You're not allowed to lead with your head, body slam the quarterback, hit him below the knees, hit him above the shoulders, and if he's out of the pocket, then some of those rules change. If he's in the pocket, you're allowed to horse collar him. I mean, the rules are the rules. Belichick's Patriots have not been penalized for roughing the passer this season. Somehow, there's a major disconnect with the rest of the league. I'm Boomer Esiason.
You know what's not smart? The way hiring used to be. Job sites that overwhelm you with tons of the wrong resumes. Now there's a smarter way at ZipRecruiter.com/go. ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology finds the right people for you and actively invites them to apply. It's no wonder that ZipRecruiter is rated #1 by employers in the U.S. based on hiring sites rated by Trustpilot with over 1,000 reviews. And right now, my listeners can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/go. That's ZipRecruiter.com/go.
Is the car you're driving 2012 or newer? If so, here's something you need to know. Today's newer engines run hotter, making them more vulnerable to carbon buildup, which could affect engine performance. Protect your engine with new Valvoline Modern Engine Full Synthetic, specially formulated to protect cars built 2012 or newer from carbon buildup. Learn more at modernoil.com. Valvoline, since 1866. Visit AutoZone now. Buy 5 quarts of Valvoline Modern Engine Full Synthetic and an oil filter for $39.99. See store for restrictions and details.
Have you noticed a lot more men smiling around town? Universal Men's Clinic has treated thousands of patients. That's thousands of happy men who have a greater zest for life. If you don't have the energy, stamina, or strength like you used to, or having problems in the bedroom, you could be our next happy patient. Call us at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit universalmensclinic.com. A $199 office visit may get you smiling too.
I'm Charles Arakaki, a doctor at the Universal Men's Clinic and a happy patient. I was feeling old and I thought it was my demanding lifestyle. I started feeling loss of energy and stamina. Having treated thousands of patients with low energy and sex drive and seeing them improve, it hit me. My symptoms were similar to my patients. With the modern medicine at Universal Men's Clinic, I'm now enjoying a renewed quality of life.
Call us at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit universalmensclinic.com.
Cash Creek's Cash Climb. 7 cash winners at every drawing Friday and Saturday till November 25th with a $2,000 winner at 4 p.m., a $4,000 winner at 7 p.m., and an $8,000 winner at 10 p.m. Cash Climb only at Cash Creek. Visit cashcreek.com for more information.
It's time for 4 Down Territory. On the drive. First down.
4 Down Territory. Brought to you by Fire Wings. Hey, 21 different flavors to choose from, of which Kyle Madson's knocked out 19. Firewings.com, just wing it. Hey, good morning, Kyle.
Good morning, Dave.
How about a little first down for me?
Yeah, who's your MVP through 5 weeks?
It's got to be Patrick Mahomes, doesn't it?
Does it?
You could argue Jared Goff.
Yeah, you could. That was going to be my pick.
And I'd be fine with that. You've got 2 undefeated teams. when I look at a combination of Mahomes' numbers, and they both have weapons, both Goff and Mahomes. We don't need to compare weapons. They both have a tremendous amount of weapons. Go ahead.
May I also, when you talk about Gurley and Mahomes and Goff, I would also like to throw in Todd Gurley.
You should. I think, listen, Gurley's having a great year, a tremendous year, especially scoring touchdowns.
Yeah, 7 touchdowns. 9 total. 7 rushing.
It's so hard for running back to win MVP, though. And I admit that I do factor that in. Like, it's who, if the season ended today, who do I think would win it?
Sure.
And the reason I give Mahomes the edge is not just the numbers and not just his insane start, but also wins over the Jaguars, at the Broncos, at the Steelers, who we don't know if that's a tremendous win or not, and against the Chargers. He really only had one gimme game, and that was against the Niners. So I'm not going to get mad at you for Goff, but Mahomes is my guy.
Okay.
Oh, you don't want to expand on Goff? I'm sorry. I thought you were going to do a Goff thing.
No, he's leading the league in passing yards. He runs the NFL's most prolific offense.
So,
he has looked as good as any quarterback. I know Mahomes has kind of the narrative on his side because it's his first year as a starter.
Yeah,
I think, which helps. But Goff has just been playing at a different level.
Second down.
Second down.
Who is your defensive player of the year so far?
Khalil Mack. I'm not saying that with any joy. I'm just saying Khalil Mack has been a one-man wrecking crew. He's had help, but he has just been a lot of the storyline with Khalil Mack has been the trade. I think people are watching him a little bit more. Plus, he's playing for a feature team in Chicago. And when you think Bears, you think defense. But he's just been insane.
Well, and what's funny is whenever I say a Khalil Mack stat or retweet a highlight or something, I'll get a Raider fan that's like, hey, you're beating a dead horse. Like, dude, this is no longer about the Raiders. Khalil Mack is just good as hell. Like, that's just it. And I agree with you. I would not be shocked if at the end of week 17 we're not sitting here going, Khalil Mack's a defensive player of the year.
At all. In fact, he's got to be the leader in the clubhouse right now, even though he's not in the clubhouse. Third down.
Third down.
It's the most surprising story so far.
I'm teetering here between going with a team as a surprising story.
Well, I've got a team if you want to go with a player.
I think the most surprising story, if I looked at what was going on now compared to what I would think going into the season, I'm tempted. Well, I don't want to take away yours just in case. There's a couple of teams I'm tempted with, and I'm going to take the easy route and stick with a team. I didn't expect this with Pittsburgh. They've just looked horrible this year. And it looks like they finally might have gotten back on track against the Falcons, but we also don't know how good the Falcons are. The Browns are better than we thought, and they tied with them in Cleveland. They did keep it close with the Chiefs, but that was a big comeback for them. They lost by 5, and the Chiefs are undefeated. So you can apologize. Remember, they went in and played Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay was on fire. I still don't know what the Pittsburgh Steelers are. They're not just the most surprising story to me. They're also the most confusing. Is it because of Le'Veon Bell being gone? But hold on, James Conner's doing this, that, and whatever. Why can't Roethlisberger and Antonio Brown get on the same page? What's going on there? I don't know, and because of that, Pittsburgh to me is the one that stands out.
Yeah, for me, it's the defending champs, the Philadelphia Eagles, sitting at 2-3. And they just have not looked good. There was a thought that they'd get Carson Wentz back, and here we go. They're going to be back to the dominant team they were last year, and they just have not been, and nobody's really quite sure how to pinpoint what's wrong with them.
You know, when I said I didn't want to take away any years, it was the Eagles I was thinking of.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why I passed on the only reason I passed on the Eagles is because you've got a first-time Super Bowl winner.
Yeah.
And what did we talk about? I believe it was yesterday. They've got a target on their back. How many times have we seen new Super Bowl winners throughout history struggle coming out of the gate? And then we're talking again sometime in late November, and it's, the Eagles have won 7 in a row. I'm just not ready yet.
They've been, through 5 weeks, they've been a surprise for me, though. One more surprise has been the NFC North.
Yeah.
When the Bears traded for Khalil Mack, there was talk that the NFC North would have 3 playoff teams. And now they would be lucky to get 2.
Are the Raiders surprising to you?
No.
Are the Raiders surprising to you if we took your first statement before the Mack trade? Before Mack got traded, if I asked you how you thought the Raiders would do this year, would you be more surprised? Obviously,
if they were 1-4 with Khalil Mack, I think I'd be a little more surprised.
4th down. No, really, 4th down. Yeah.
4th down.
Give me your power rankings, 1 through 5.
All right, remember, we do our power rankings based on 5 weeks of watching football. This doesn't count last year. This doesn't count defending champions. This doesn't count Bill Belichick. This is what we've seen so far this year. So, number 1 on my list, I'll go 5 to 1. At number 5, I'm going to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't want to knock them out of the top 5, but they did get spanked by the Chiefs. Number 4, after a real rough start in which they knocked me out of our survivor pool when they lost to the Buccaneers at home, I'm going to go with the New Orleans Saints. New Orleans Saints have looked fantastic.
Okay.
And they're sitting at 4-1 right now after 5 weeks. Nobody thought that was going to happen after week 1. I'm going to go with those Bears. Even though they've only played 4 games, they had the bye, they're 3-1. The Bears probably, I won't even say probably, the Bears should be 4-0. Remember, that Packer comeback and Aaron Rodgers and how crazy that was. The Bears have looked solid this year. At top 2, no surprise. I'm going to go with the Rams at number 2. And really on the strength of schedule and on the strength of that demolishing of Jacksonville, because I don't think that game was as close as it ended up. I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs at number 1. I would accept arguments flip-flopped, and if they played each other in the Super Bowl, I would probably pick the Rams. So why am I putting the Chiefs ahead? Because I'm looking at these 5 weeks. I'm looking at these 5 weeks, and I can't not put the Chiefs at number 1. I don't think there's been a team that's been more impressive than them.
Okay. Right on. I have at number 5, I'm kind of surprised that you still have the Jags in there. I think you're letting last year kind of leak in a little bit.
You might be right.
Because the Bengals have got to go at number 5 for me. They're sitting at 4-1, and they've looked very good doing it. They were down big this week and came back with a big win, and their defense looked dominant during that comeback. Number 4, I have the Saints. Their defense has not shown quite enough yet for me to move them higher than 4. Number 3, I got the Bears sitting there because their defense has looked that good. And if I've never watched football before and I saw Mitchell Trubisky throw for 6 touchdowns, I'm going, okay, the Bears offense has it figured out. Number 2, I've got the Chiefs, again, because I've watched that defense, and that defense is really, really poor. They are terrible. And holding a bad Blake Bortles to 14 or 17 points or whatever they had is not that impressive. And then the Rams are number 1.
So you and I have the Rams and the Chiefs flip-flopped, and you have the Bengals in for the Jags, and you make a good point. I probably am letting my buy. Listen, that Patriots win affected me quite a bit that the Jags had. But let's be real honest. The Jacksonville Jaguars have also lost. Now, the 2 teams they've lost to, the Titans and the Chiefs, have a combined 8-2 record. 2 of those losses, I believe, being the Titans. The Titans. They have wins over the New York Giants and the New York Jets.
Right.
You might be right there. It's so hard for me with the Bengals, but that's breaking our rules. As far as our rules are concerned, Marvin Lewis might be the best coach in the NFL.
Follow the rules, Dave.
I know. Sorry. You just dropped your pen.
I threw my pen. No, I threw my pen.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. I'd like to see that slow motion replay without the pen in your hand.
What?
From the text line at 441140. When talking about the Rams quarterback, Kyle, would you say his play has been nothing to scoff
okay.
at?
We see. Okay, I got it. Can we go? We have to break. No, we have to break.
When we come back, Chapter 3 of our little Soft Kings preview, we'll introduce ways we're going to punish Matt George and more, and big questions for you involving this basketball team. We'll do that next right here on Sports 1140 KHTK.
Sports 1140 KHTK, your home of the Kings.
Here's Giles going for 3. Barely ripples the drive. Sacramento knocking down multiple three-point shots. That's their fifth incentive.
The future is now.
Shuttle to no-look pass. It's grabbed and scored that time by Harry Giles. That's the quick push and transition up the floor that has Kings fans smiling.
Sports 1140 KHTK, your home of the Kings.
Summer's over and the old routine is calling. Let it go to voicemail and find your fall adventure in a Mercedes-Benz from Von Hausen. Ready to take the road with polish and passion? Drive a new 2018 GLC 300 SUV for just $449 a month.
Lease amount plus tax for 36 months, $43.43 due at signing.
Visit us today at VonHausen.com and at Mercedes-Benz of Sacramento, Mercedes-Benz of Rockland, or Mercedes-Benz of El Dorado Hills.
It's the free event at Mattress Firm. This Friday through Monday, you can enjoy 2 free memory foam pillows, a free mattress protector, and a free adjustable base. That's a total value of over $600 free when you take home a queen mattress for just $749. Plus, every brand in the store is on sale. Only the nation's largest specialty mattress retailer can offer deals this good. Your budget stretches further at Mattress Firm. Restrictions apply, valid at participating locations only. For offer details, visit mattressfirm.com/sale.
I'm Craig Ashton of the injury law firm of Ashton & Price. When you call Ashton & Price, you'll make these great discoveries. You'll always be greeted by a real-life person. You will always meet with an experienced attorney. You'll be introduced to the best healthcare providers in the region, and we deal with the insurance companies, so you can focus on the most important thing, getting back your health. Over the last 22 years, we have a history of proven results. No one likes being injured, but we promise you will love Ashton & Price. Consultation is free, and you pay no fee unless you win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Okay, so summer is coming to a close. Winter's creeping up on us. Garner Roofing is trying to get you prepared for that winter season with their $69 inspection. They also have an end of summer sale going on right now. They also offer veteran and senior discounts. They got a lot of stuff going on right now. They have financing options available with no payments, no interest until 2020, or as little as $89 per month with zero down. They've also got terms up to 30 years, and some financing isn't even credit-based and is tax deductible. Call them right now, 833-R5O's and an F, or online at GarnerRoofingInc.com.
Carmichael Dave here from my good friends at Hoblet Ram. Want to let you know right now you can take up to $12,000 off MSRP on select 2019 Ram 1500 trucks, up to $19,000 off MSRP on select 2018 Ram 1500s as well. Over 1,100 Ram trucks in stock. For an extra $1,000 off, tell them Carmichael Dave sent you. 7 minutes from the airport, right there in Woodland. Check them out online at HobletDodge.
Sacramento homeowners, there's never been a better time to permanently fix your low water pressure, rusty water, or pipe leaks by repiping your home today. Repipe Specialist has been serving the Sacramento area for many years, collectively repiping over 35,000 homes in our 25-plus years. We've built a reputation on offering the most efficient repipe process for customer convenience, repiping an entire home in just 1 to 2 days, patching your walls, and providing a lifetime guarantee. Repipe Specialists only uses the best repiping materials with high-quality PAX or USA Grade L copper pipes. For a limited time, take advantage of our most affordable offer. Right now, on approved credit, get 0% interest for an entire year. That's right, a quality home repipe, wall patching, and a lifetime guarantee, and 0% interest. Repipe Specialist provides a free in-home estimate explaining the process tailored for your home. So call Repipe Specialists today for your free in-home estimate at 888-256-6379. 888-256-6379. 888-256-6379.
Sacramento Republic FC is back in action at Papa Murphy's Park Saturday, October 13th, as they play host to the Las Vegas Lights FC in the regular season finale. Don't miss all the excitement on the pitch as the boys in Old Red Glory battle their conference rival for supremacy. Game time 7:30. Single game tickets are on sale now. Call 916-307-6100 or go to sacrepublicfc.com for info. That's 916-307-6100 or sacrepublicfc.com. Don't miss out on all the fun at Papa Murphy's Park. Get your tickets now. Catch Football Friday on Sports 1140, brought to you by Maida Chevrolet. Get the commercial vehicle you're looking for: Silverados, Express vans, and more. Business elite at Maida Chevy. Find new roads.
Now your sports update. Sports update. Powered by Mercury Insurance.
It's okay. Kyle Madson with your top stories on Sports 1140. Your face is okay. You're welcome. That's a nice thing. The Red Sox held on to beat the Yankees 4-3 last night at Yankee Stadium. They win the American League Division Series 3-1. Boston now moves on to face the Astros in the AL Championship Series. That begins Saturday in Boston. The NLCS begins Friday between the Dodgers and the Brewers. In Milwaukee, the Sharks, they went into Philly and put a beat down on the Broad Street Bullies with an 8-2 win yesterday. San Jose got 4 goals in the first, 1 in the second, and 3 in the third. Logan Couture, Barclay Goodrow, Tomas Hertl, and Timo Meyer all had 1 goal. Evander Kane and Joe Pavelski each added a pair of goals, and Kevin LeBanc had 4 assists. The Sharks move on to face the Rangers on Thursday at Madison Square Garden. Hey, hockey talk right here on Sports 1140. Those are your top stories, and now it's back to the drive on Sports 1140, KHTK.
It's The Drive on Sports 1140 KHTK.
This button not working is really throwing me off.
The button on the board not working for you?
I'm just too big of a dummy to remember that it's not working, and I just instinctually push it.
Come on, Kyle, figure it out. From the 916 on our rankings, someone took exception with our surprises of the year. We each put out teams, saying Patrick Mahomes is clearly the surprise of the year. I'll accept that. If either of us had said Patrick Mahomes, I would have been like, what? But
imagine not knowing that Patrick Mahomes is going to dominate like this.
I mean, they traded Alex Smith because of this guy. He was a high pick, and he has an arsenal of weapons. And I'm not trying to take any credit away from him, but I don't think it's a shock that Patrick Mahomes is doing well. I just don't think we thought he'd be this good this quick.
Right. It is definitely a surprise.
It's a great story.
Yeah, and it's fun. He's fun to watch. Bill Simmons has called him the Stephen Curry of the NBA or the NFL.
That's actually a real interesting example.
Yeah, he has a whole bunch of reasons for it. But no, yeah, he's fun to watch when he starts rolling out, or when he drops back and gets flushed out to one side. It becomes exciting because it's like, oh, what's he gonna do?
I understand the Curry comparison. I understand exactly where I think he's going. He's a guy that is a little unorthodox. He's a guy that can light it up on a whim. He's a guy that's going to do a couple things per game where you go, what? Like throw the ball left-handed, and it is very. I completely understand that. I actually am really okay with that analogy. Sacramento Kings will take on the Utah Jazz tomorrow in a preseason matchup. Not their home opener for a preseason. That was Maccabi Haifa.
Maccabi.
Whatever. But a real NBA team coming into town, and we don't know exactly what kind of minutes who, what, and where are going to play. So we don't know what version of the Jazz are coming in. But this is also a semi-preview. 1 week from today, next Wednesday, will be their home opener against the Jazz. They play the Jazz at home, then they go on the road for 3. New Orleans, Oklahoma City, and Denver before coming home and taking on Memphis and Washington for 2. And then going on the road, Miami, Orlando, Atlanta, Milwaukee. What does that mean there? That means that 7 out of their first, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 7 of their first 10 are on the road. And then they come home and they play Toronto, Minnesota, Los Angeles, and San Antonio, of which likely 3 out of those 4, if not all 4, will be playoff teams. Then they go to Memphis and Houston. Then they come home for 1 against Oklahoma City. Then they go to Utah. Then they go to Golden State. That takes you to November 24th. That is an absolutely brutal open to the schedule. It is a brutal open to the schedule. Let me see. You got a back-to-back in Denver and then home against Memphis on the 23rd and 24th. You have a back-to-back Miami and Orlando. That's actually a good thing because you don't have I don't like free nights in Miami. Although they travel from Sacramento out to Miami. Miami's the first day of that trip. I don't know what day they're going to get there. Probably get there just a day early. So in that whole deal, you've got 1, 2, 3. You have 4 back-to-backs between the start of the season on October 17th and November 25th when they play Utah before they get a little Thanksgiving break. That's 4 back-to-backs in the first month and a week of the season. 7 out of your first 10 on the road. And let's see. Kyle, just real quick before we get into this, you can do this off memory. I'm going to read off a team name. You tell me if they're a playoff team or not, okay? Just simple yes or no. Ready? Jazz.
Yeah.
Pelicans.
Probably.
Thunder.
Yeah.
Nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
Grizzlies.
No.
Wizards.
Sure.
Heat.
No.
Orlando.
Unless they trade for Jimmy Butler, then yes. No.
Atlanta.
No.
Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Toronto.
Yeah.
T-Wolves.
No.
Lakers.
Yeah.
Spurs.
Maybe.
Grizzlies.
No.
Rockets.
Yeah.
Thunder.
Yeah.
Jazz.
Yeah.
Warriors.
No.
No. The large bulk of who they come out of the box and play, and I'm just looking at that stretch till November 25th. I would say about 80% of the teams they play are going to be playoff teams, or were playoff teams last year.
They're looking at, outside of, I think it's Hawks, Grizzlies, Magic. I think we're the 3 teams in there that are like definite no's. The rest of the teams they're playing are going to be like 8, 9, 10 seeds.
Yeah.
Or minimum 8, 9, 10 seed fighting for a playoff spot.
So when I said earlier, my projection for the first 20 games of the season, because that's what takes you through the 25th, and it ticked a lot of people off, but I'm just trying to be fair here, is right around about 3-17. I don't think I'm being unfair. They'll get some scud wins.
Yeah, and when you look at that, they might go 6-14.
Sure.
7-13.
But that's going to entail some road wins against playoff teams, most likely.
Right, and you never know. Those, I mean, the Warriors, the first time they played the Kings last year, didn't have Curry and did Durant play? Somebody, they had a couple people not playing.
Mm-hmm.
So you might run into situations like that where you catch a team on the second night of a back-to-back, or somebody's a little dinged up. So no, I think they win more than 3 of their first 17. But if you're just going pound for pound, non-schedule, without,
I'm
in a vacuum.
Right, in a vacuum.
The word I'm looking
because I am looking at back-to-backs. I am looking at road games. I'm looking at the cities they play in. I'm looking at the travel time there. I'm looking at the fact, and there was an interesting point made today. I think it was by James Ham in his article yesterday, saying without Garrett Temple, there's really a void of leadership on this team. Yeah, you have Zach Randolph and Costa Koufis, but part of leadership is playing. They apparently won't be playing that much. You don't really have that guy. Garrett Temple was the leader of this team last year, along with Vince Carter, who was also gone, along with Zach Randolph and Costa Koufis. Half of those guys are gone, and the half that are remaining are probably not going to get a lot of playing time. So you're going to have these young kids getting beat up all over the place. Again, you don't know until you play the games, and I acknowledge that. But that's what logic would dictate. So it's going to be a very interesting start. And when I say 3-17, I'll also say this. I think 3-17 is about the amount of games they're going to be favored in those first 20.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, they're probably going to be favored by 3 games for 3 games in their first 20.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not me being pessimistic. It's not me trying to protect my own fragile Kings fandom. It's me. All I'm doing
That's an objective look at a schedule.
I'm trying to be honest. I'm trying to be honest and hopefully prepare fans if they're not prepared already. Many are. Guys, this is going to be almost certainly a really tough start to the year. And it may get better.
Hey, and this may be something that we don't want to address right now, but a 3-17 start, we probably see some changes, yeah?
That's the tough part. Let's say we start out 3-17. I know this sounds silly, but it's almost like, well, how is that 3-17?
Right. Do they have 14 losses, 10 of them by 5 or fewer?
Yeah. They get blown out by 30, and is Marvin Bagley getting 8 minutes a game? Is Harry Giles getting 5 minutes? Is Zach Randolph getting 30? From the 916, LOL at Warrior fan making excuses for why we crushed you guys. Just realize we're the better team and get over it.
That's a great point. You know, they're absolutely right.
Get over it, Kyle.
I need to.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. So with the second half of this segment, really, I think it's important to understand that I am not trying to tell Kings fans, hey, it's okay, they're going to be bad, or that you shouldn't be upset, or that you shouldn't want more, or that you shouldn't be frustrated that we're 2 years away from being 2 years away, or that you should ignore the fact that we don't have a first-round draft pick. I'm not telling you any of that. All I'm doing is saying, this is how I believe the season's going to go. And anything beyond that, my expectations 3-17. Anything beyond that, if we end up being 4-16, 5-15, 6-14, that's exceeding my what I believe are very logical, unbiased expectations.
Sure.
Now, Matt George, friend of the show, former part of this show. Matt George is a little bit different. Matt George believes I'm a pessimist, and he's right. I certainly lean more towards the pessimistic side. Gee, sorry, how could I do that? How could I do that with this team? Matt George is more of an optimist. He and I have gone back and forth on this many, many times. So what Matt George brought to our attention is really putting his money where his mouth is, and by money I mean his own body and his ego. And what we're going to be doing this year throughout the season, just to try to help make it a little bit more fun for us, is we're going to be having the Matt George Blind Optimist Challenge, or as I like to call it, the BOC. What will this entail? This will entail a series of bets on specific games or players, and also earmarks throughout the season. Let me give you an example. The first bet Matt is going to make with us is that Marvin Bagley on opening night will outscore Luka Doncic on his opening night. Now you could argue, okay, well, Marvin might have 17 and 9. What if Luka has 14, 10, and 10? That doesn't matter.
No, it's points. We're looking at points.
We're looking at points. Matt will also pick a win total. And if the Kings fail to hit that win total throughout the season, he'll have to be punished, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So there will be many game-to-game bets. There will be many season-long bets that he will probably have to pay up on as the season goes on. He also, I believe, one of his bets is that the Kings this year will have more wins than any year in which they had DeMarcus Cousins. His idea, not mine. I believe that record was 33. I could be wrong.
What's his deal?
Matt's an optimist.
No, Matt, is that the word?
What's the word you use, Kyle? Naive?
Naive is good.
I don't know. I think he knows what he's doing.
He does. Matt's too smart to be that dumb.
What I need help from you all at 441140 on the Jiffy Lube text line or at 339-1140 on the Firewings hotline is you can submit a couple of things. First and foremost, we actually, our crack promotion staff is creating a wheel. We're going to have the wheel of punishments. And when Matt George loses his bets, and let me tell you, he'll lose a few. You'll be able to see it on the video. We will spin the wheel of punishments. Now, we figured out one punishment so far, and that will be instant ice bucket challenge. If Matt loses, lands on that wheel. After the show, we will go outside in both Facebook Live and film Matt getting a giant bucket of ice water dumped on his head.
I have an idea.
Yes.
Can we have Matt wear some kind of embarrassing costume?
Absolutely.
And wear a sign around his neck that says, I lost.
Absolutely.
And have him stand out there on 160?
Absolutely. I don't know about 160. We don't want
just right in the middle.
Let's be very clear here. We don't want to injure Matt.
No. I mean, I didn't mean like in the freeway,
Sure.
obviously, but off to the side of the road somewhere.
We have thought of different billboards he would wear, sandwich board type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Both here and give Matt credit. He's come up with a lot of these. Matt has also said that he would take the sandwich board to Golden One Center and stand in front before the game with a message we decide to put on there. Matt has also offered himself up to come in dressed as a butler and serve our whims during an entire show.
That'd be really great. I like that one. Let's do that one for all of them. Hey, have we decided and if he wins one of these?
So it's very interesting that you brought that up because this was not a part of the initial conversation, and I brought it up. I brought up, well, hold on a second. You're going to lose most of these. But what happens if and when you win some of these? So the idea that we came up with is when Matt George wins one, he gets a get-out-of-jail-free card. He gets a get-out-of-jail-free card that he can use before he spins the wheel for any future punishments. And yes, those get-out-of-jail-free cards are stackable. I don't think that's enough. So I was thinking about this last night. In addition to that, because this is King-centric, what I'm going to do is when Matt George wins a bet we agreed on, he will get a get-out-of-jail-free card. I will also donate $100 in the name of the drive to the Sacramento Kings Foundation for every bet he gets right, because we want to make this a positive thing. And to be quite frank, I also want Matt George to win bets, because if Matt's winning bets, that means the Kings are doing good things. Let's be very clear about that. This is not you and me laughing at the Kings' failures and punishing Matt over it. This is Matt doing what we believe is over-optimistic things and us trying to bring him back down to earth. Matt attending a Kings game dressed as a clown. I enjoy that.
That's a really good one.
Have Matt wear a Yankees jersey for a week while pledging his allegiance to the Yankees and defending them in arguments. Him being an A's fan, that's an excellent choice. I would actually switch that to Giants because I have Giants jerseys. I would like to see Matt walk around this station dressed in a Giants hat and jersey. Having Matt George sing random karaoke songs on the air. Kind of a punishment to the fans as well.
Yeah,
super embarrassing for Matt, but he does kind of have a theater background. He might enjoy that.
I think he would love that. In fact, I think that should be a victory thing for him. Like when he wins, he gets to do that.
He gets to do karaoke. Matt has to do the updates live while being pelted with water balloons or spit wads.
Engineering would not enjoy that.
Can't do the water balloons. But I do feel like we could find ways to abuse Matt while doing an update. Like maybe he has to do it in a falsetto.
What if we put him in a ring for 5 minutes with Uriah Faber?
We don't want to injure him. I don't want Matt to have to sign a waiver.
It'll be like bully beatdown, but Optimist beatdown.
I like the idea of Matt George having to mow the lawns out front here at the station. I also like the idea of him having to clean the windows, like making him do chores around the station, where like he's basically here for 3 hours of the show, and we give him different things to do that are actual chores, like down the counters. I know we have a custodial crew, but still. From the 209, have Matt eat a ghost pepper on Facebook Live. Again, I don't want to injure him. So between now and the start of the season, we will be taking your ideas for punishments for Matt. Feel free to keep them coming at 441140 if you want to tweet us.
I have Warriors gear he can wear.
No. At Kyle A. Madson, at Carmichael Dave, or at the Drive 1140. You can tweet us there. And we will come up with those. We will post these on the website, and then we will put them on the wheel of punishments for Matt. We will start posting Matt's bets and announcing them on this show throughout the year. And just basically, it's just kind of our way of adding a little bit of fun to what's going to probably be a rough year for your Sacramento Kings. We'll take a break. When we come back, Scott Bair of NBC Sports California is going to join us, and we will wrap up the Raiders week as well as preview their game versus the Seahawks in London. It's The Drive, Sports 1140 KHTK.